Hi, my name's Jamie. I live in Saudi Arabia and I have a makeup collection that just keeps getting larger. It did a minute ago. I'm filming today because it's something to do. Everything is kind of the worst right now for me, and I did my friend's makeup this morning. I'm just getting some tea. I did my friend's makeup this morning and it felt kind of good to do it, so I figured that I would do my own and that might make me feel a bit better. I'm kind of not going to get into why everything is the literal actual worst right now. If the need arises for me to explain that, I will eventually, but not today. There I know. Yeah, I've placed several orders at this point, so I have an almost completely full face of new makeup that I could try. So why don't we just go ahead and try it? Why not? So if you're interested in that, let's get into it. All right, so I did talk about this last time. This is the Benefit Professional Light Primer. And by the way, I think I'm getting sick, which is just even more perfect. Perfection, you know. I'm not sure how I feel about this primer all the time. It definitely does blur, but it kind of leaves a strange, like, film almost. It doesn't necessarily like interact well all the time with all foundations. Do you know what I mean? So that was the Benefit Professional in Light. I will say I do like it better than the original Professional. I did buy it for that reason. So I got 2 of these RCMA palettes. This is a highlight and contour palette in light, and this is their normal foundation palette. Also, I believe, what is it? This is the KA series. So these are meant to be like RCMA foundations that you can use in a professional kit, and that was the reason I got these. Each of these is $30. But I use this foundation in my kit and I kind of felt like it wasn't right of me to like be putting foundation on people that I wasn't wearing myself in a way. So I picked those up. I've been using them, as you can see, a little bit this week. I'm sure you can tell there's been like some gouged out of there, and like this one as well. So what you do with one of these palettes is, first of all, you can't have tons of cat hair on your fingers. That would be ideal. What you do with one of these palettes is that this is a wax-based foundation. It's completely vegan, it's cruelty-free, and it is really pretty on skin. So I'm gonna be doing a little bit of underpainting. So what I would do is I would take one of these little spatulas. This is from Lethal, I believe. And I'm just gonna take about that much because I am gonna be putting it on my under eyes, and I'm just gonna put it directly on my skin to let it warm up. So it needs some time to warm up for sure. And then this I got from Beauty Bay, and I have this in my kit as well. This is RCMA Makeup Color Process Foundation Thinner, and this is just meant to kind of help the foundation loosen up a little bit. So it's very solid, as you can see, and then as my skin warms it, it will become a little bit more liquid, but this just kind of thins it out and helps the process along. So I do this on people I'm doing makeup for all the time, and I think it's a really nice process. So I quite like the finish of this foundation. I think it's really interesting. So now I'm just even going to dab this with my fingers a little bit. And I'm gonna put that on my under eyes because guess what? I look like crap. And I'll kind of, maybe this peach color will kind of take the blue out of my under eye. We'll see. Kind of a light, I wouldn't, you know, actually no, I wouldn't call it necessarily specifically a light coverage necessarily, but I might go wet a sponge. I'll be right back. So what I really like about the foundation is that it does really melt into skin because It is wax-based. I've used this on different people, and it really turns out very luminous, and it's buildable. So I'm not sure I really needed to thin that. I kind of want a bit more coverage. So since I want a bit more coverage, I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna mix the two. I have this color and this color that I'm kind of mixing together. I'm just gonna put that on the back of my hand. And it even still has that thinning solution on it, so that then I can just kind of use what's left and still stick it on my under eyes without wasting any. It is not advisable to have these kind of out somewhere too warm because they will melt. In fact, it is a wax-based product. But something like this, I would really recommend for aging skin or more mature skin, because it's very movable, but it's not going to sink in anywhere. You can build up like a really nice natural base with something like this. So like if you're kind of a clean girly, or someone who just kind of generally doesn't like the look of a lot of makeup, this is something that you can definitely use. So now I've already wetted my bronzing sponge. I'm gonna go in and do the same thing. I'm going to take out a little bit of kind of this bronzing shade here. And like I said, I'm doing a bit of underpainting today. Oh, and then my thing is covered in here, stop. So this just kind of gives you a way for everything to be very customizable and just easy. It's a little messy, I will say. It's maybe not as like easygoing as other products that are in a bottle necessarily, or like just a different type of application, but I still think this is really lovely. They really too emphasize the ability to like use your fingers with this product, which like sometimes I like and sometimes I don't, I will say. This is just how I would like to underpaint more than anything. Okay, so now I have my underpaint kind of on. I have a bit of concealer on, just here to kind of brighten things up. And do you see how already luminous that is? Pretty. So I could probably use this whole thing as my foundation, but I'm not going to. But next what I wanted to talk about is the Gino & Co. Microfiber Lemon Drop Sponge. Now, this is the point, actually I haven't talked about this yet. There are a couple of things that I have been influenced to buy, because you know the idea of influencing is so scrutinized right now, I guess. So Raw Beauty Christie 100% influenced this purchase. So, oh, it's interesting. And then I also got the interest from Angelica Nyqvist in this. So yeah, I have been influenced. I'm gonna go wet my influenced sponge now. I'll be back. So now that I've now that I've wetted this sponge, it does have kind of an interesting texture. It doesn't feel the same. Like it's almost a bit porous, but I don't know. It's supposed to give like a nice finish, as I recall. So this is a 30% softer than the original microfiber velvet. Discover our sunshine ready makeup sponge, Lemon Drop. A bright and juicy yellow hue with the same airbrush finish, but with a new dewdrop shape. Okay, cruelty-free, latex-free. Okay. So now, same thing. I'm gonna take my RCMA palette. This is again the KA, I wanna say, palette. And I'm going to scooper out a couple of these. I'm gonna take probably a mixture of this one, and I'll mix them together. And I could go darker for like the summer, but I think this was a pretty decent pick. And I'm gonna take kind of a bit out. Then I'm gonna take the thinner and pour that out on my hand a little bit. And I'm gonna mix it up. I usually like a brush with this, but I wanna try this sponge. I don't know, so I'm gonna take what's left, just kind of stripe it on my face. You don't have to make decisions right away with it. Like, you can kind of play with it a little bit and add more back if you need. It's always easier to add than it is to take away. So like, if I want to go back in and just define my bronzing a little bit, I can do that, and it's not going to, like, it's the same formula, so it's not going to affect anything, you know what I mean? I was really excited for this foundation, and I still am. I do like it. I have been wearing it all week just to try it. And it is really radiant and really pretty, but it is kind of time consuming, I will say. It does take a minute to kind of bring it all together, just because you have to put it on your hand and then spread it all out. I don't know. It's just not as user friendly. It is beautiful though. Like, the finish is super, super nice. That's why one would use it for. Oh, that's a nice sponge. Wow, okay. Wow, it's barely soaked up any product. That's kind of lit. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but this is the foundation close up. This is the foundation really close up. That's beautiful. I will say, my hair is driving me nuts. I'm gonna find a clip. Hang on. Okay, so here's where we're at. I put on some brows, and I did one other thing. What was the other thing I did? I don't remember. Anyway, I put on my brows because they are not new. And I am gonna go back in and I'm gonna conceal just a little bit more in my under eye area, just because I see a little bit of blue poking through. So I'm gonna go back into this kind of peach tone. I'm just gonna go with my finger and pick up like that much. And I'm gonna pat it in. And this is what I mean when I say I appreciate that this foundation, it's all kind of one formula and it all just kind of works together. You know what I mean? Oh, and I put on eye primer. That's what I did. The eye primer and my eyebrows are nothing new. Nothing new at all. And yeah, so now what I'm gonna do is, I don't have a new powder, but I have a new product with which to apply my powder, which I was influenced. So this is the Trigwell Cosmetics Powder Puff, and I was influenced by Makeup by Missa to get this Trigwell thing. And it is kind of beautiful. It is kind of the best thing ever, I will admit. I have the ones, like the little ones from Shein, and I, just cat hair all over my face. That is the problem with these puffs, is they love cat hair, and cat hair loves them. So yeah, I'm just taking a little bit from the lid. I'm gonna bounce it kind of on the back of my hand a little bit. And I'm just gonna very gently set my under eye and kind of go over my foundation a bit and set it. Just even kind of the light points. And I could like spot conceal a few spots on my face, but I honestly don't want to. I really like the coverage right now and where this foundation is at. It's just really pretty. It's really, really pretty to work with. Like, I have some redness poking through there, but honestly, it's fine. Like, I just don't love how much cat hair is on my face, but I do love how this foundation feels. in the sense that you can't even feel it. You don't even feel this, and it just doesn't move. It's really, really pretty. It's very comfortable to wear. Oh my God, except this situation with the cat hair. Oh my God. Puffs just attract hair so bad. Ugh. But I live in a house of hair. This is hair house ground zero, pretty much. So I want to get into this maybe today. This is another Danessa Myricks Chrome Flake situation, and this is in the shade Laser Beam. I have 2 of these, and they're really pretty. So I'm thinking I'm gonna maybe incorporate this into the look today. But let's see what color she is, shall we? I hope this video isn't a hot mess. And it's gonna be so long. It's gonna be so goddamn long. I'm gonna die. And I'm gonna be editing it, and I'm gonna kill myself, and I'll be like, why did you do this to yourself, you dum-dum. They were not bad on Beautylish. I am interested in utilizing Beautylish more. So it's very important to keep this thing on even once you've started using it, because it does tend to help seal the product. And I'm even just gonna take like some off the top here and see how it looks. So here it is on my finger. There we go, that's a little better. Ah! Wow. Ah, so pretty. So you can use these in a variety of ways, really. You can use them as toppers. You can do a lot. There's a lot we can do with this. The next new thing that I'm going to talk about is the Beauty Bay Retro Love palette. Did I need it? No. Was I always literally going to buy it? Yeah, probably. And I'm really attracted to this mint shade for reasons unknown to me, but I don't know. I feel like because we have kind of this to work with, we're going to get into the blues. So yeah, let's dive right in. The only thing, and I agree with everyone's kind of analysis of this palette, here is the palette. It doesn't have a lot of shades to lighten with. I don't know. It's pretty, it's interesting. I'm not sure the best way to use it. I'm just gonna go into Heartbreak Hotel, this mint shade. I'm just gonna kind of put that on the inner portion of my eye, kind of into the crease a little bit. There's a black and there is a white in this palette, so you know you can lighten it up if you want to, but I am a little confused in general about how to use this palette. It's a weird color story. Also, I hate this packaging. Hideous. Horrible. But can we discuss that pastel green? You know? Go into Blue Suede, this matte blue shade. I haven't used, well, no, that's not true. I was like, I haven't used a Beauty Bay palette in a hot minute. No, I just haven't done my makeup kind of all week. And also, I don't know. It's been not my favorite week for anything. I'm just gonna kind of go back into Heartbreak Hotel and just sort of play it throughout a little bit, but not a whole lot. I still want a little bit of blue to green, or green to blue, whatever, you get it. I mean, what more can you ask for? Can you ask for more? You know? Okay, now I'm gonna go into Magic Moment. Put that in my crease a little bit. And this is the point where I wish there was something a bit darker. like a darker matte blue to really kick us into somewhere, but I am gonna go into the black. It's so pretty, look at that. Okay, I'm taking kind of an angled brush to sort of hopefully have some control left. We'll see, and I'm gonna dip into this It Takes Two, which is the black. Then I'm just gonna go back into my fluffy brush with a teeny bit of Magic Moment. I'm just gonna run that through my crease again, diffuse out that black. Here's where we're at. I'm just gonna place a teeny bit more black down, right in the corner. I'm just gonna stamp it. Okay, I'm gonna cut my crease off camera and I'll be back. Okay, so here's where we're at. I think I'm gonna put down just white in the inner corner to start, which is Chapel of Love. Although there's a very, very cute white sparkly shade. I don't think I'm gonna use it this time. Hello? Not sure if it's my brush, but this white is perhaps not as opaque as I would like. You know what I mean? Then I really want to go into Moon River, this crazy blue. And kind of stick it in the corner, like down here a little bit. I haven't blended the black in quite yet, so that I can kind of see where I'm gonna go. And we do love a beauty base shimmer, you know? We're big fans of Beauty Bay in this house, as you can probably imagine. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Laser Beam. And I think, where's a brush? I need like one good brush. All my brushes are super dirty. They're really like lavender shift to it as well. There it is on the brush. I'm just gonna put that on my eyelid. I'm gonna go back in and touch up with the white a little bit, just kind of bring it together again. I'm gonna go back into the black just on my brush and kind of stamp it again, just to blend. I'm just gonna run a little bit of this cute Love pastel purple on my lower lash line because I can. Okay, here's where the eyes are at. I'm gonna put on a little bit of liner and then I'll be right back. All right, so here's some liner on these eyes. So I got a pack of Ardell Wispies. These are just, what are these? I don't know. Don't worry, I am disclosing that I am wearing false eyelashes. This is your disclosure warning. Okay, so this is nice. The applicator has a little like rubber pushy thing so you can push your wispies on. That's so nice of them. So flimsy little lashes. I kind of like big flappers, you know what I mean? Okay, so this rubber thing, you just push down on the lash with it. Wonderful. Okay, here we go. All right. So these are a win. We're liking these. They're a little subtle for me, but that's pretty, they're fine. So next up, I'm gonna be using this Nabla Skin Bronzing Sun-Kissed Effect Bronzing Powder. This is in the shade Ombre. Okay. Nabla, I believe, is cruelty-free and vegan, which I thought was very appealing for me personally. I've used this before. It is very, 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 very light. It takes me a solid while to build this puppy up. Like, it's nice once it's there, but I feel like I have to work at it. It takes me a while. Do you see me? I'm going at it with this. Okay, so I'm kind of bronzed to where I like right now. That didn't actually take as long as I thought, but I think I just had a different way of being with my overall complexion products today. I'm gonna go into the Retro Love palette for my blush. I think today I'm gonna go into this bottom shade At Last. Just tea. Hopefully this works and it's not crazy. I might go into just a little bit of L-O-V-E, the purple. Just for fun. Since I don't have any new blush or highlighter, we can use this. This is fine. I am gonna kind of go back in with my Trigwell Cosmetics puff and powder and just repowder a little bit down here. And just a little. I'm going to take a little floofy brush and I'm gonna go into Love Train, this white sparkle. I'm gonna use that as my highlighter. Bit icy for me. But I don't care. It's not like I'm going anywhere. And honestly, just to tie it in a bit more, just so it's not super weird. It doesn't look bad, but I'm going to put a little bit of Love Train on my inner corner. There. And a little bit on my brow bone, just to make it pop. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put on some mascara and a little bit of white liner on my lower lash line. All right, so last thing is, who is this voice? Who was that? Who's that trying to come out? This is the Wee Sherry Hydrating Dual Phase Setting Mist. I do really like this. I really, really like this. It's not like, just, you'll see. You'll see. First of all, it smells wonderful. Second of all, it has cherry extract and hyaluronic acid, which I think really helps kind of set powders very well. So, last. It smells divine, honestly. Oh, my hair. I gave myself a haircut and I'm not sure I did it. I'm not sure I did the right things. I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, so all these products all these products today, they were working really nicely, I gotta say. I have been working with some of these. I actually haven't used this Retro Love palette yet, and I'm quite impressed. I really do kind of like the blues. I'm confused a bit by the color story. I think the quality is some of the best they've ever done from Beauty Bay, but I'm just a little confused about how to use the color story. So this was kind of my Beauty Bay life for the month. This right here. Then I got this from Cult. And then I had all these things from Beautylish. Also, Beautylish. Hey girl, nice to see you in this part of the world, Beautylish. I like you. I'm interested in seeing more. Yeah, these are nice. Like I said, they're just a bit messy to use, but I mean, do you want to get up in my face? Let's get up in my face a little bit. Like, let's show you. It's not like it's heaps of coverage, but it's so comfortable, sits well, everything goes on it. It's just a happy face of foundation. You know what I mean? And then this Nabla bronzer, pretty, works really well. A bit subtle, perhaps, but just a nice overall bronzer. This Trigwell Cosmetics thing, totally into it. Overall, oh yeah, and then this. This is really nice. It soaked up like no product. Do you see that? It did soak up some cat hair, I will say. But overall, big win for everything. The only thing I'm not so sure of are these lashes, but it just doesn't go with this look, that's all. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and do all that good stuff. Please feel free to come back. And yeah, thanks for hanging in with me today. It's been another rough day. It's been another rough time. I don't really want to talk about it. I want to put makeup on my face, and I did, and I feel better now, so thanks. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye.